Europe is stuck in a love affair with manual cars, and it's starting to look like an addiction. Automatics are faster, smoother, and let's be honest, make driving easier. But in Europe, if you drive an automatic, you might as well wear a sign that says, "I don't belong here." But underneath this obsession lies something surprising. Europeans aren't just being old-fashioned. There's a hidden twist to their love affair with manuals. So let's get into that. Manual transmission cars have a rich history in Europe that goes all the way back to the very beginning of motor vehicles. It started more than 100 years ago in the 1890s, when early European car makers like Panhard and Levassor built the first practical manual gearbox. At that time, driving wasn't as easy as it is today. Drivers had to match the engine speed carefully by hand to change the gears smoothly. It was tricky and required skill and practice, making driving something of a specialized talent. The gearbox these early inventors introduced had 3 speeds and used something called a sliding mesh design. This type of gearbox forced drivers to carefully judge when and how to shift gears. Even though it was complicated, it became popular because it gave drivers a sense of control. By the 1920s and 1930s, manual gearboxes started appearing everywhere in Europe, especially in small, affordable cars. Companies like Fiat, Citroën, and Volkswagen began producing these manual cars to make driving more accessible and affordable for ordinary people, not just for wealthy individuals. As these transmissions grew more popular, technology continued to advance. In 1929, Cadillac developed the first gearbox with something called synchromesh, making gear shifting easier. But it was the European car company Porsche that improved it significantly in 1947 by inventing the split-ring synchromesh. Porsche's innovation allowed drivers to shift gears more smoothly, comfortably, and quickly. By the 1950s, European car makers like Alfa Romeo and Ferrari began to add 5-speed manual gearboxes to their sports cars, which gave drivers even greater speed, precision, and enjoyment. This advancement set a new standard in driving performance and raised expectations about what a manual car could do. But the real turning point for manual transmissions came after World War II. Europe was devastated by the war. Economies were struggling, resources were scarce, and people needed affordable, reliable, and fuel-efficient cars more than ever. Manual transmissions were a perfect solution. They are simpler to produce and cheaper to build compared to automatic transmissions. European car makers quickly realized this, so they prioritized cars with manual gearboxes to meet the urgent demand for practical transportation. One very famous example of this trend was the Volkswagen Beetle, originally designed during the Nazi period as part of Germany's vision for a people's car. After the war, the Beetle became a powerful symbol of Europe's recovery and rebirth. Its simple manual gearbox was affordable to manufacture, easy to maintain, and highly reliable, which helped make the Beetle immensely popular throughout Europe and eventually worldwide. In France, Citroën followed a similar path with the creation of the Citroën 2CV. This small car was specifically designed in 1948 to help people living in rural areas get around more easily and cheaply. It came equipped with a simple yet clever 4-speed manual transmission that could handle difficult terrain and poor roads without consuming a lot of fuel. The Citroën 2CV quickly became famous for its practicality, toughness, and extremely low running costs, earning a special place in the hearts of Europeans. Its simple gearbox allowed anyone, even people who weren't experienced drivers, to easily manage their gear shifts and travel more comfortably. At that time, fuel efficiency was especially important in Europe. After the war, fuel prices rose significantly, and many governments introduced heavy taxes on fuel to encourage people to save energy. Manual transmissions naturally offered better fuel economy compared to early automatic cars. This advantage made manual cars even more attractive and dominant in the European car market. They provided a solution to the urgent need for economical, practical transportation. Even today, European drivers prefer manual cars, and the reasons are pretty straightforward. It all comes down to money and efficiency. In Europe, fuel prices have always been high, making every drop of fuel count. For example, as of February 2025, petrol costs between €1.20 and €2.16 per liter. In places like Denmark, Iceland, and the Netherlands, prices often reach beyond €1.90 per liter. Diesel isn't cheaper either. In fact, it usually costs even more. Why such high prices? European governments place heavy taxes on fuel to limit driving and protect the environment. Additionally, many European countries rely on imported oil, making fuel even pricier. Because of this, saving fuel is crucial. Historically, manual cars have offered better fuel efficiency. Another interesting point is technology. Older automatic transmissions weren't just costly, they were also less efficient. Most only had 3 or 4 gears, which wasn't enough to use fuel efficiently at different speeds. They also used torque converters, causing wasted energy and higher fuel consumption. Recently, automatic technology improved greatly. Innovations like dual clutch transmissions, DCTs, continuously variable transmissions, CVTs, and multi-speed gearboxes with up to 10 speeds have nearly matched or even surpassed manual efficiency. Moreover, manual cars cost less right from the start. They're simpler to build because they have fewer parts. Automatic cars have complicated systems with electronics and hydraulics. These systems push up their price by about €1,000 to €2,000 more than manuals. In Europe, where taxes and environmental rules make buying cars expensive, saving even €1,000 is a big deal. That's why many people still choose manuals. Keeping a car running matters too. Manual cars are easier and cheaper to fix. They usually just need a clutch replacement every 100,000 to 150,000 kilometers. Replacing the clutch costs about €700, including parts and labor. Automatic cars, on the other hand, can easily cost €1,000 to €3,000 or even more when their complicated systems break down. Even routine maintenance like changing transmission fluids costs less with manuals. Tax policies in Europe also strongly support manual cars. Most countries base vehicle taxes on CO2 emissions. Manuals often have smaller engines, so they produce fewer emissions and save owners money. For example, in France, cars emitting more than 119 grams of CO2 per kilometer get hit by heavy taxes, sometimes up to €10,500. Germany taxes each gram of CO2 emissions at €2 per gram, which makes low-emission manual cars cheaper to own. In places like Denmark and the Netherlands, registering a car with a bigger engine or higher emissions can be extremely expensive. Manuals are popular there because their smaller engines mean lower registration taxes. The same logic applies to yearly road taxes in Sweden and Austria. Cars with lower emissions pay less every year, making manual cars the smarter financial choice. In Europe, the type of car you choose for your driving test can have a big impact on your driving freedom later on. For instance, if you decide to take your test in an automatic car, then your driving license will only allow you to drive automatic cars in the future. On your license, this limitation is clearly shown by a special code. In Ireland, for example, it's called Code 78. If later you want to drive a manual car, you'll have to go back and complete additional training, followed by another practical driving test, this time in a manual vehicle. But if you start by passing your test in a manual car, you won't have to do anything extra. Your license will automatically let you drive both manual and automatic cars without any restrictions at all. Because of this rule, most learners in Europe naturally prefer taking their driving lessons in manual cars. Having a manual license gives you more choices. It's especially useful because many rental cars throughout Europe are manual. Older cars on European roads also tend to be manual mode often than not. Being able to drive a manual car is often considered a basic life skill. Most learners believe it's important to master it from the beginning, making manual cars the first choice for people getting their licenses. Another big reason manual cars are still so popular in Europe is because of the nature of the roads. European roads are often narrow and winding, with lots of steep hills, sharp corners, and challenging countryside routes. On roads like these, a manual gearbox can be very helpful because it gives drivers precise control over their car. For example, when driving on steep mountain roads, manual cars allow you to shift gears exactly when you need to. If you're going downhill, you can shift down to help slow the car using engine braking instead of always using the brake pedal. When climbing uphill, shifting gears manually makes sure the car stays powerful enough to handle the slope without struggling. Manual cars also have an advantage when driving in busy cities. Even though automatic cars might seem easier in heavy traffic, where you're constantly stopping and starting, manual cars offer something more important in city driving: greater responsiveness. In crowded urban areas where traffic flow is often unpredictable and where frequent turns and sudden stops are common, the ability to change gears quickly and exactly when you want to can help you react faster to changing conditions. In colder parts of Europe, like Scandinavia and parts of Germany or Austria, driving in snowy and icy conditions is normal during the winter months. On slippery roads covered in ice or snow, manual cars have an advantage. Drivers can manually choose lower gears to help prevent the wheels from spinning too fast and losing grip. By carefully choosing the gear, you get better traction on icy surfaces, something automatic transmissions sometimes have difficulty doing effectively because they may shift gears unexpectedly or at less than ideal moments. Beyond beyond practical reasons, manual cars hold a special place in European culture. Learning to drive a manual car is often considered a rite of passage for young Europeans. For generations, being able to operate a manual gearbox has symbolized independence, responsibility, and adulthood. This tradition continues today, which means most Europeans still learn how to drive manual cars first, even if automatic cars are becoming more common. For instance, in Germany about 20 years ago, almost no one chose an automatic car for their driving test, less than 1% of all learners. While automatic cars have grown somewhat in popularity since then, manual cars still dominate, representing over 80% of all new car sales across Europe. Car rental companies mostly offer manual vehicles as standard. This makes it difficult, or at least less convenient, for anyone traveling or renting cars without knowing how to drive manual. Ultimately, European roads themselves strongly support the continued popularity of manual cars. With narrow streets, curving rural roads, hills, and frequently challenging driving conditions, drivers prefer the flexibility and precision that manual transmissions provide. European cities are quietly transforming the way people move around, making cars less central to daily life. Vienna, Berlin, and Amsterdam stand out, showing how thoughtfully designed transport can change habits effortlessly. Vienna's vast 850-kilometer network of buses, trams, and subways blends seamlessly with user-friendly apps like Quando, which make navigating the city without a car incredibly easy. Copenhagen takes this idea even further, using smart traffic lights to prioritize bicycles and buses, reducing commute times by nearly 20%. In cities like these, the car isn't just optional, it's becoming unnecessary. Yet the types of cars Europeans choose when they do drive are also shifting rapidly. Automatic cars, once rare on European roads, have suddenly surged, claiming over half of all new car sales in the UK by 2020. Thanks to technological leaps in automatic transmissions, especially CVTs and DSGs, the old arguments about manuals being more efficient or better performing no longer hold up. Even more striking is the rise of electric vehicles, which naturally eliminate the need for manual shifting altogether. Wealthier markets, notably Germany, are at the forefront of this change, as electric cars steadily ease the appeal of traditional manual transmissions. Beneath these trends lies a deeper generational shift. Younger Europeans, millennials, and Gen Z in particular, are choosing convenience and ease, especially in traffic-heavy urban areas. For them, an automatic isn't a luxury, it's a practical necessity. Frequent gear shifting feels cumbersome and outdated, fueling the fading appeal of manuals across younger demographics. But these shifts aren't evenly spread across Europe. Southern European countries like Spain, Greece, and Portugal still heavily prefer manual transmissions, partly driven by economics and local culture. Manuals remain cheaper to buy, cheaper to maintain, and more practical for navigating steep hills or winding coastal roads. Over 70% of new cars sold here still require manual gear changes, showing that tradition and practicality often outweigh convenience. Contrast this with Northern Europe, where wealthier nations, especially Germany and the Netherlands, are quickly embracing automatics. Here, automatic transmissions have lost their old luxury status, becoming simply the new normal. Germany is already preparing to phase out manual car production entirely by 2030, a clear sign of how dramatically consumer preferences have changed. Meanwhile, Eastern Europe presents a starkly different picture. In countries like Poland and Romania, economic constraints have kept older, simpler manual vehicles dominant. Easier and cheaper to repair, manuals fit neatly into budgets strained by lower incomes. This slower shift toward new technology means manuals will remain common in Eastern Europe long after they fade from streets elsewhere. Whether you love manuals or think they're outdated, one thing's clear: Europe isn't letting go anytime soon. But while you're debating stick shifts versus automatics, your car might be suffering from something way worse. Most drivers have no idea they're slowly destroying their engine with bad habits. Don't be one of them. Watch this next video: 7 driving habits that ruin your engine. Most drivers don't know.